please help us welcome the Irreverent Reverend, your freaky deacon, the one, the only, Mr. Art Zealous.
I love you so. Thank you, and good morning! Good morning, you venerable saints of art and craft, and welcome to a very special live episode of Zealous ART Revival, live from beautiful San Juan Island. You know, we make art best when we make art daily. So let's make stuff religiously. Today's artistic inspiration is personal space stations. Can you imagine? So grab your crayons, your banjo, your knitting needles or spatulas, whatever tools you love for whatever art you make, and get inspired by a space station made for one. Let's make something great today. First, let us say thank you to the Art Zealous youth singers. We flew them all out here. They're a little jet lagged, but they're so ready to sing. Let's say thank you to good old Agnes on the organ. Keeping our time today. Agnes, how you like it out here? She loves it out here, and folks, a lady who needs no introduction. Hoot and holler, please, for my wife, Belle. Oh, ain't she lovely, folks? Folks, Belle's going to take your call. She's going to host my chat room. She's going to be my inspiration and the brains of this operation, and I hear those phones ringing, and we're going to take your calls. But first, there's something I got to share with you, something very special to my heart. The 5 commandments of art, with which you can create anything your heart desires. That's right, 5 commandments. 5 commandments only. That's twice as fast as the other guys with half the tablets. Let's make some art. So, how do we start? We devote ourselves to sit with art for a dedicated time, and we do so thusly. Put your hand on your heart, put your tool in the air, and swear, I devote these 5 minutes to the creation of a personal space station. And then, because all great art starts at the butt, get ready, get set, and shake loose the wiggle, shake out the wiggle, shake out the wiggle, shake out everything that keeps you from your art and sit. Congratulations. The hardest part was just to start. You are now a serious artist. So, do we leave to fate that what we make will be great? Oh, hardly, friends. We art dreamy. The 2nd commandment. Imagine the results of your wildest dreams. What is the personal space station of your wildest dreams? And jot down your favorite parts. Say, hey there, personal space station. Don't you look dreamy? Sure do like your obligatory ring shape. That's right. You ever see a space station without a ring? No, you never will. So tell us in the chat what you see when you imagine the perfect personal space station. Do you dream of its oxygenating space garden with beautiful plants and flowers and fruits of all kinds, creating the breathable air that you need for your tiny little personal space station, only big enough for one, or maybe you and a friend, or maybe a small clubhouse of astronaut pals that you hang out with? Say, hey there, personal space station, I sure do love your zero gravity activity area. That's right, you're gonna be in space, why don't you have some fun? Gotta keep your earth limbs limber, lest your bones get long and hollow. Say, hey there, personal space station, sure do love your super helpful sanity computer. The computer is there to police and, if necessary, subvert your sanity, that you don't go crazy in a way that's not prescribed by the makers of the personal space station. Say, hey there, big planetary gazing windows. Love to look out of you and see the planet down below. So that's my top 5 dreams in order for how I think it should turn out, that I shall consult as I create. And now that we've dreamed perfection, we're always traveling in the right direction. And maybe old Scratch say, well, how do I know I'm doing it right? I never made a personal space station. I'm no expert. I have no training. Coconuts to that. But how do we know that we're making it rightly? We art lightly. We learn what we are doing only by doing. So whatever art you're making, be it song or sculpture or strawberry souffle, rough out your first ideas quickly and lightly. Taste it while you cook. Is this the territory I want to be in? Is this the shape my personal space station needs to have? So let us take 5 minutes now to meet the unfamiliar with the playful boneless. I begin with only a pen and only a sheet of paper. There is none, my friend. There is none in this world who truly lack a tool to make art. So I got my obligatory ring. Now, because this is a personal space station, I'm going to want it to be pretty compact, right? It should be cute. That's what you got to be thinking here. So though I have a ring, and although I think I will use the ring to good advantage, I don't know where it's going to go. I know what my dream is, and we're going to see if we can get to the dream. I'm going to make it so that the little cabin fills up the most of the area there. I think that's the sweet spot. And then we'll of course start to illustrate the activity ring here. So in Space Station Odyssey, the movie by David Bowie Kubrick, they had an astronaut running around the outside, held by the artificial gravity, and that was so cool. I'm going to use my ring, I think, for something a little bit funner. And you can see the stick figure here, the notion that maybe there's something we can do funner with our activity ring. And here I'm drawing in the window. So that bubble there in the middle of the ring is the cabin, and the big planetary gazing window. That's what we're looking at, what we're drawing in now. Okay, so maybe I don't need 2 tubes. But just how much space we taking up here? Okay, now that's about the halfway point. And you can see that I'm just going through here real quickly. I'm drawing lines over lines. I don't know where this is going to go. Nothing's etched in stone. It's all just temporary. But we're getting it up there. It's coming in nicely. So that's me standing in my little gazing window. And we know we got to get our personal space computer, our sanity computer that polices our sanity with with various methods. Sometimes surprise wake-up space inspections to test your sanity in the middle of the night. And a klaxon goes off and your bed retracts into the wall. You fall to the ground, looking around all curious. It's just the space computer testing your space sanity as you sleep. How do you distinguish the waking life with no day and no night from a dream? Well, the computer's going to help you do that with special programs. Say you were killed in space. It will reconstitute you from a vat clone and raise you from a fetus into a full-fledged astronaut again. Oh, camera just dropped out there. That's okay. Okay, I think that's okay. That's okay, right? It's okay. Because congratulations. Because now you and me, we both got a tiny little baby work of art. Every work of art ever made was started from scratch, just like yours. And in the imagination there is ideas uncountable, friends, and they are glorious. Think of all the things you think. But the one thing they ain't is real. Ideas without action, there is no manifestation, there's no communication, there's no result, and there's no reward. But you take that little doodle, you can hang that on a fridge, friends, and that is real. That is real. You say, Zell, well, it's only doodles. But art is an iterative process. We ain't got to make it perfect if we can always make it better. So let's take a little look at where my doodle might go if I spent a whole hour on it. I took a snap with my phone, brought it into my computer and set another timer. So this is what we'd see if I spent a whole hour on it. You know, I take my sketch, and then I trace over it so that the shapes are real nice. Do some rudimentary colors first, just so that we're all looking at the same thing. And then I start to put the specifics on there. So my activity ring here, you can see, I've got a cutaway. And boy, is that not the only way to draw a personal space station, is with cutaways. Space stations with cutaways. Cutaways are great, but space station cutaways, because you want to see the inner workings as well as the impressive outer hull. Now this is just an hour all sped up. Start to do a little bit of shading there. Drop some color in the background and some stars. And it looks quite a bit different from my little sketch, don't it? Don't it? And as Leonardo da Vinci, one of the 4 greatest turtles of our generation, said, "A work of art is never finished, only abandoned. And done is better than perfect if perfect ain't done." Is everything I dreamed represented here in the Genuine article? Well, please allow me to present this work to you for your critical evaluation. First up is our oxygenating space garden. Is it here? Indeed it is. As you can see, the walls of the tube are lined with tropical flowers on one side. I call it the Oxy Arborarium. 2, super helpful sanity computer. Is it here? Yeah, you can see that the super helpful sanity computer floats just behind you. Just behind you. Always just behind you. And it watches you constantly, and it watches you, but then also you can watch it. It's got a big clamp so it can pinch you if it needs to snap you back to sanity. And it's also got a big screen so you can play your Xbox on it. And so that's your sanity computer. It'll keep you sane as hell right there. 3, zero gravity activity area. Yes! What do I use my zero gravity activity area for? I use it for a perpetual water slide. How much better is that than jogging? You're in a water slide, you're just going round and round as much as you want. Oh, you're gonna keep so sane and have so much beach fun. Next up is the big planetary gazing window. Yeah. Yeah, you see the big planetary gazing window? You look right out the window at that. That's right, you look right out the window at that. Yeah, you look right out the window at that. And that's right, look right out the window and you look at the planet, you can see it down below. And then there's my obligatory ring shape. My obligatory ring shape, is that there? You know it's there. You know it's there. So, thank you for the opportunity to present to you my personal space station. Is it all where I want it to be? I think I could probably take another crack at it later, but honest feedback is a generous gift. For when we wish to develop our work beyond our capacity, we must see through eyes other than our own. That's why every artist must be able to give and take honest critique. So, how do we grow when we're done and we show? We art kindly. They're kids. They're just kids. They make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We must art kindly first to ourselves and also to others. We invest ourselves greatly in the things that we make, so handle them, please, friends, with care and compassion. And if an artist asked me for a critique of this work, the work I just showed to you, this is what I might say. First, I would thank them for the opportunity to enjoy their work. And then I would compliment them on what they did well. This looks pretty good for an hour's work, I might say. It's got some nice colors. It's got a fun little activity area there. Yeah, I can see it. When I look at this reads as a personal space station, so that's great. Next, opportunity. Identify what you see is an opportunity to improve. Okay, I think I'd like to see the text labels put in here a little bit more thoughtfully because it looks like a diagram, but it does not read in a sensible order. I also think that I might play around with the color scheme, that it could be a little bit more intentional. So I feel like you've got a strong initial effort here with some quick fixes. You could clarify the lettering, and I think that you could unify the color story. And then tell them your favorite. Leave the discussion with what your favorite part was. Not only because it's a compliment and folks like to hear compliments, but because there should be one thing, even in a work of art that's not your favorite, one thing that is your favorite. And in this, I love the perpetual water slide. The activity ring that you're sluicing around in, and that you've got tropical flowers and fruits and big banana leaves just hanging down here flapping, and there's all sorts of music in there. I just think that looks like a really fun way to spend your time on a space station. And if I was the artist that got that critique, first I'd thank them right back. No need to explain oneself or what we were going for. Thank them for their bravery, for giving you the truth, and their generosity of spirit. That's hard to do. They have given you what you need to improve, and ain't that a beautiful gift? Friends, your very favorite artist was once a beginner, just like you. And we want to see what you made. So tag Zealous Art Revival on Instagram with your art, and next week, we're going to show it on the TV. Look at that. That's a personal race car Zeppelin race car from St. Leon of Imagination. And then we got St. Carol and her depiction of Ham in a cross-stitch, walking in a wiener wonderland. Ain't that beautiful? Now, Happy Halloweener, that's also from Carol and Fran. And a little Ham there in his little pumpkin costume. Ain't that beautiful? This is St. Shirley of Glendale, found. Great responsibility. This is from our personal lost and found poster. The final art commandment is that we art daily. Even the crow knows. So I'm asking you right now, in this moment, to make a pledge. A pledge to make art every single day for the rest of your life. Will you put up your hand? Will you cross your heart for art? It can be 5 minutes. Anyone can do this. And in return for you pledging 5 minutes of art every day, I promise you a real actionable path to mastery in any artistic pursuit that you pursue. Talent is nice, friends. Talent is beautiful. I wish I had it. But great work requires skill. Skill requires repetition. Repetition requires habit. This is what you came here to do. Won't you join me? Call the number down below and cross your heart for art. Now, friends, back in the old days, we'd have a big old tent. We'd leave that tent. We'd have a nice pancake breakfast and some artistic fellowship, some strong coffee, fresh juice, both adulterated and infantilized. But for now, we're on the run, ain't we? And Sunday noon is our honeymoon. So me and Belle's gonna go horse around. Will you please join us next week, 11 a.m., same time as always, when we invent a new facial hair? Won't that be fun? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye.